No.
Becoming the earth, the expectation to be nurtured, to be protected, to be provided for. I'm about releasing, not just relieving, release the trauma and you will heal your life.
My favorite part is all these women getting together, learning that we can heal every area of life, more feminine, not in the traditional sense, but in the sense of who we were created to be.
No.
I remember when you told me love like this, you never know.
Hello. Welcome to Dear Diaries Live, the Powder Room edition. This is our soft launch. My name is Rosa B. Thiak. I am the founder of Dear Diaries, and I am so happy that you are here. Thank you for joining. If you can, go ahead and share this live so that we can just spread the message. So, um, so I want to tell you a little bit about me first. Like I said, my name is Rose B. Thiak. I was born here in Miami, Florida. And some of the other hats that I wear is that I sing, and I have been singing as an entrepreneur since the age of 14. And then I started Dear Diaries about 10 years ago. It started off as a blog. It's really was catering to the audience of women and just talking about different topics of love, healing, um, health, spiritual things, and things of that nature. Then it started to expand, where I started recording not only my own stories, I started sharing my supernatural experiences with angels and just hearing from the Lord and things like that. Just so that people who were experiencing that, and they didn't have to be Christian or anything, but were experiencing that type of encounters would know, there are other people out there. So I started off sharing my own stories, and then it evolved again, where I started inviting other women and started sharing their stories, their traumatic experiences, heartfelt experiences, desires, and heartbreak, and even healing. So then I discovered that Dear Diaries was me. I was the diary, and that I would hear the stories, and I would be a diary that could actually speak and talk back to these women who did come and share their stories. And so I really enjoyed that. I think I was blessed to be able to do that type of work and just fellowship. Then I started photography, and I love that also. So I find that everything that I have been called to do, everything that I love, everything that I am passionate about, and I love and I'm good at, has really been a perfect complement to each other. And I find that everything that I do, I in some way am dealing with the soul, the inner being of any person that I come in contact with. And so I want to say that I'm blessed for being able to do that and know from a very young age some of the things that I already wanted to do. Um, the other thing about what Dear Diaries is about, as I said before, most of our audience has been women, and I have had men who have wanted to participate, wanted to come and listen in on some of our talks and things like that. And actually, the reason why Dear Diaries Live, the Powder Room edition, is called the Powder Room is when you think about us women, when we go to the bathroom and to the restroom, we're usually not by ourselves. We go together and we go talk, and we're playing with our hair. It's where we're vulnerable, we're open, and we're just um, sharing our lives with each other. And I find that that we women, we don't have a tough issue sharing ourselves as much as men. And so I do understand that the platform for a man to be able to have a manly um, cave, I would say, not a powder room. I think that is also important and needed. But I don't think I'm called to that yet, or I don't know if I will be. But I'm still okay with, men jumping in and maybe being able to help their significant other and sisters and daughters when they pop in and just hear the type of things that we're talking about. Because um, one of the missions for Dear Diaries is to get women like myself in a place where we're whole as much as we can be. Because I believe that when we are whole, when we are functioning in a stable emotional state, mental state, and physical state, we impact the world in such a wonderful way. And men and women, we have different roles that we play in life. And but some of the early roles that women play are important. And so I think just from that standpoint, just being a healthy and a whole person, how important that is um, for society and just everything. So that is what I'm passionate about. My call is inner healing, which I didn't know, and but now I do know. So I'm even more passionate now that I know that all the things that I have been attracted to, the conversations that people have had with me, just telling me their secrets, it's because of that that inner healing role that or assignment or call in me that I have, that people are drawn to me in that way. Um, so I have my notes here so I don't forget. Hello, Christine. Hey, Sam Day. Hey, Kenny. So I have a lot of amazing people on already. Kenny is an amazing historian. Um, and I can't wait till he really starts doing some things like this too. And I think that he's an amazing person who can talk in the lives of men out there. So and Sam Day, I can't wait to get her on here. She has an amazing ministry and foundation that she started for dementia. And then we have Christine, who shared her story on Dear Diaries and is working on some stuff. So it's a lot of things going on around, and I think that's what Dear Diaries is about. Is about sharing your story. That is my passion. That is something I find that to be very important. That the person next to you does have a story. The person next to you does have a wisdom to pass down. And this society has become so um, it's just become a place where people aren't really connecting anymore, and generational legacies aren't being passed down. People aren't knowing where they're from. I know Kenny's passionate about stuff like that. So I think those are the things that are important for us to keep passing down to generations, so that we don't forget where we come from, and we don't forget our legacies, and leave them behind. So, what can you expect with Dear Diaries Live? So, Dear Diaries Live is where I will be hoping to come on every week, either talking about a topic, and or I will have someone come in that may be an expert and I'm not, and we can have a dialogue. If you have ideas, things that you want to talk about, want us to talk about, we're going to have that on the platform and available, to have discussions, hard discussions, intimate discussions, things that are really going on and really important. We'll have financial experts here. Inner healing, like I said, is like one of my top. I don't know. I think it's really on the top of the list for me, is because I think when you're whole, you can be the best entrepreneur, you can be the best husband, the best wife, the best parent, that you could possibly be, when your inner being is just whole. So that is something that will be pushing, talking about the power of your mind, talking about your identity, your purpose, your vision, and legacy. Those are things that I think really, I don't know, should I do it on Fridays? I don't know. Maybe I need to do a poll on when I should do them. Maybe Friday at this time. Let me know if Friday at this time is a good time, and we could do it. We also have something called Let the Man Speak, which is when, as I said, our audience is mostly women, but I think that men have some amazing, wisdom to pass down to us and impart. So I don't know. Let me know, Kenny, if Fridays are a good day. Everybody, let me know at this time. We won't be too long, and then it'll be something awesome. We can get started. So, as I said, so we can expect that we'll have lives, and just having a discussion that's not recorded, and we can talk back with each other and just really love on each other, and just really empower each other the way the earth needs to be doing it right now, because it really needs that going on. And as I said before, the reason why it's important is we are just better human beings on the earth when we're whole, So, the other thing is, sometimes we can expect. I did have a conference, two conferences last year, which were amazing. We had Dr. Verna Bug, who was talking about femininity, which is another thing that I have been noticing, which is very important. Knowing that women embracing their femininity doesn't mean we lose power, doesn't mean that we don't carry a role. But I also know that even embracing your femininity, it allows the man to be the man, and it allows him to hold on to his role and stand in his role and be all that he can be. And both people being empowered, both people standing in their roles and being just clicking and just working together, living together, being together in their right positions. And I find that, again, Kenny, a lot of men, they're not knowing who they are, and so it's a real identity crisis going on. And I think that it's so important that men aren't neglected, but I'm called to the women. So that's where I'm at. So Kenny, if you can work out that. Okay, Kenny. So we'll think about that. Okay, we'll be talking about, okay, Edie, we'll be talking about crypto, finances, NFTs, blockchains, get some experts. So we'll be doing that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do that, and maybe we can get a platform going on. So I'm just open to whatever However, I'm divinely inspired. So I'm excited. You guys are making me excited. And and the other thing that I do have to offer is, um, again, I do video biographies. Video biographies are, being able to record your story, being able to, and the reason why that's important for me is because my dad passed away in 2010. And when he did pass away, his mind was not altogether there because he had brain surgery. And so, but one of the things he kept saying, and I know he meant it, is that I have so much to say to you. I have so much to say to you, but he never got the chance to say it. And then when COVID came around, that was a whole nother thing. Like, so many people passed away with, alone in the hospital, not being able to say anything to their loved ones. So I think, again, legacy, leaving that wisdom where you're from, all those things are so super important. So that's one of the other things that I offer, with Dear Diaries. That's why it's so important for me to share people's stories. And you can leave that legacy, for your family. I would give anything now to hear anything my dad would have to say, because he was a wise man. He was an amazing person. And just to hear what he had to say, just to hear his voice again and see his face. So I think, those are some of the things that I would love to offer to everyone. And so, as I said before, this platform, I mean, I'm not going to keep you long. I'm not going to keep you long. I just wanted to tell you and just let it be known that Dear Diaries Live, the Powder Room Edition, I might have to call it something else, Kenny. You might have to help me out here. So, um, yes, I want to discuss that, with you, Miss Sam Day, discussing the Lewy body dementia. A lot of things that are going on in the world, we're not aware of it, and a lot of information are not given, and a lot of research aren't done. But I know people who have gone through it. They can share, and Miss Sam Day is one who, as I said before, has opened up a foundation and a scholarship for Lewy body dementia. So not only did, she do many research on it and stuff like that, but she's had personal experience with that. And so those are some of the things also that I would love to bring on the platform so that we can discuss. And then a lot of people are, as you see, are committing suicide. Again, it goes back to being whole inside, just being happy with who you are. And just even before I shut down with this and close it off, again, I'm so happy to have you with me. What I have been learning, in the past, I would say the last quarter of last year, it started off before, but I would say it really started to really be solidified in me, is just your mindset, being positive, amplifying and making huge the joyful things, the happy things, and not concentrating on the negative. I found, from personal experience, how just amplifying that has created more of goodness in my life, more of joy, more of opportunities. And I believe it's because of the power that is in me to keep drawing that in. And I just think because of that power in me, it's bringing to me more of what I want and more of what I'm focusing on. And so I just want to, just, if I can leave you and you never come back on this feed with anything else, is how important being positive is. And if you find that you're struggling with something and you can't be positive about it, then take a nap, because that is the quickest way to stop the momentum of those thoughts, is to take a nap. And if you can't do that, then what I do is I start looking at pictures and videos of my nephews, and that instantly instantly makes me feel so good inside, and then I just start amplifying that, and then I just carry it. And so if I can leave you with anything, is if you can grab onto joy, grab onto happiness and laughter, grab onto it, amplify it, make it bigger, make it greater, and watch your world change. And just don't let the negativity cause you to shift and not be where you don't want to be. So, yes, yes. So yeah, okay. Christine has parenting after abuse, um, life after addiction. Yes, yes, life after sexual, physical, and mental abuse. So all of those things. I even want to talk about my insecurities. My insecurities that and so again, finding out my identity, finding out who I am, about who I am, has caused me to embrace myself even more and to understand why I'm okay with being vulnerable and talking about it, because it helps others to share their own stories. So I've always been for that. As a young kid and growing up, I've always been open to sharing my story, sharing what I feel, and just being transparent. But now that, I started to learn some things about myself, I understand that's who I am. That's my call. And so therefore, I've been that way just so that I can help others be able to share their own stories. So I just find it so amazing. I can't wait until we really start sharing some stuff and getting people on this platform. I already got Kenny on my head. He's going to be talking about history and other things that he's passionate about. Miss Sam Day, Christine, Edie Bell. I already got my list. I can't wait. Thank you for being here with me on such a short notice. And the soft launch, I'm going to say, is a success, because even though I didn't know what I was going to do, even though sometimes I may feel fearful, the best thing you could do is do it anyway while you're afraid. But I actually wasn't afraid today. So I'm so grateful. And the reason why I'm here, I want to say this here broadcast is sponsored by Dr. Jason Jackson and the Lord God. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see, am I missing anything? Ah, personality types, tests, and things like that. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Thank you for being here. And this is Dear Diaries Live, the Powder Room edition slash maybe something else. We will see what Kenny comes up with. Bye. How do I? February, keep on giving gifts. I don't know what that means, girl. Hey, girlfriend. Bye, girlfriend.
No.